Welcome to Yoga with Subhash. In today's video, I will be guiding you through a 30-minute hip opening yoga sequence. So let's get started. Sit down with the legs stretched out in front. Relax for a breath or two. We'll begin with a gentle hip rotational movement. So start by lifting the right foot up and position it on top of the left thigh all the way back. Thread the left hand fingers through the toes, and then you use the right hand, place it on the knee, and then push it forward, lift it up, roll it back, and then bring it out in front, all the way down, and then again down, forward, lift it up, back, and again down and forward. So continue with this rotational movement. The intention will be to bring the knee closer and closer to the floor with each movement and create as big a circle, as large a circle as you can make to engage the hip very effectively. Then pause and reverse the direction of rotation of the same movement now. So start by pushing the knee down, forward, lift it up, roll it back, and again bring it forward and down. Down, forward, up, back, and again continue. Again, the intention is to maintain a large rotational movement so you can engage the hip muscles in a very beautiful manner. Okay, finish the next round. Pause. And now from here we'll do a little butterfly movement. It's called the half butterfly. Place the hand on your knee and then guide the knee up and down. Gentle movement, smooth movement. And you can do, as slow as you can or as fast as you can, see what's comfortable. If your knee touches the ground, then you can strike the knee a little harder into the ground. That will improve your blood circulation. Otherwise, you do the best you can to bring the knee closer to the floor with every movement. And we'll pause now. And from here, we will transition to what's called the Akaranasana, or the foot to the ear pose. So position the right foot on the inside of the left elbow and then use that arm to lift the foot up. The intention is to bring the big toe of the right foot in contact with the left ear. Now that doesn't have to happen today. That's okay. Do the best you can. But while we are doing this move, at the same time we will engage the forward bending stretch. So place your right hand on your left thigh, and as you exhale, begin to slide the hand away towards your foot. Keep the left leg straight. And now while you're sliding the hand away and getting close to the toes, we also at the same time lift the foot up and then bring it closer to the ear. So we're doing both these things simultaneously, forward bend as well as a deep hip stretch by bringing the foot closer and closer to the ear. And with the next inhalation, slowly bring the body up and finally release the legs now. Stretch the legs straight, pause for a brief moment, and we'll repeat these movements on the other side now. Place the left foot on the right thigh, slide it all the way back, thread the fingers of the right hand through the toes, place your left hand on your knee, and you're going to make the effort to bring the knee closer to the floor, but if it doesn't work, that's fine, wherever it is. And then push the knee down, forward, roll it back, lift it up, and once again continue with this rotational movement, creating a large circular rotation with the hip joint. And of course, when you push the knee down, you're also engaging the knee muscles here. So it's giving a nice effect both on the hips as well as the knees. And when you finish the next cycle, pause. Let's reverse the direction now. So down, forward, lift it up and back, and then roll it down and forward again. So opposite direction now. Again, nice large hip rotational movement. Do a couple more rotations in this direction, and then pause. And now we'll do the same butterfly movements. So move the knee up and down. Again, at your own pace, comfort level. Your intention is to bring the knee closer to the floor. If you are able to bring the knee to the floor, you can strike the knee fairly hard against the ground. Again, to improve some blood circulation there. Okay, now we'll pause here. And then do the same move, the Akaranasana, or the foot to the ear pose. So place the foot on the inside of the right elbow and use the arm to lift the foot up closer to the right ear now. At the same time, place the left hand on your right thigh. As you exhale, begin to bend forward. So trying to close the gap between the hand and the foot. If you can reach the foot, grab the toes of the foot or whatever part you can get your hand to. And at the same time, making that effort to bring the left foot, which is on the inside of the elbow, toward the right ear. Keep breathing and stay there for 1 or 2 breaths. And then we'll slowly release now. As you inhale, bring the arm back up, body back up, and release the leg down. Stretch the legs, bounce the knees a couple of times, and relax now. Okay, now we'll come to a standing position. And we'll do 2 rounds of Surya Namaskara, Sun Salutation. In the first round, we will integrate the practice called the lizard pose. And in the second round, we'll integrate the practice called the pigeon pose or the Kapotasana. So come close to the top of the mat, feet together. Very nice and comfortable, straight body. And then as you exhale, bring the palms together. Inhale, stretch the arms in front, raise them up all the way, and then push the arms back behind the ears. Look up to the hands. And as you exhale, begin to bend forward. Slow and smooth movement, go as far as you can. Finally, drop the hands and get the hands close to the toes. Bend the knees, position the palms on the floor alongside the feet, align the toes and the fingertips. Bring the left foot back. Slide the foot back all the way. And this is where we'll integrate the lizard pose now. Slide the right foot to the outside, close to the outer edge of the mat, and place the right hand on the inside of the foot. So both the hands are on the inside of the foot. Now the leg that's behind you, your left leg, you can either keep the leg straight if that's comfortable, that's desirable, but that's not mandatory. If that doesn't feel comfortable, you can place the knee down. And now start walking the hands out in front so you can position the elbows on the floor, either completely on the floor or just close to the floor as possible. And when the elbows are down, make sure your right elbow is touching the right heel. This will give us the most optimum hip stretch that we're looking for. So right elbow touching the right heel, pull the chin away slightly, lower the buttocks down. And again, the back leg is either straight or the knee on the ground. Lift the head up, walk your hands back now. And then move the right foot back to the original position, and then wrap the arm from under the thigh, the right arm, and bring the foot on the outside of the right foot now. Again, the left leg is either straight or knee on the ground. We'll do what's called the flying lizard. So in this one, you're going to again try and drop the chest down, buttocks down as much as comfortable, and then swing the arms out to the sides now. Both the arms are straight, and see if you can lift them up high toward the ceiling. Both the arms, lift them up as high as you can. And stay there for just 3 or 4 more breaths if you can. This is the flying lizard. Again, getting a nice deep hip stretch. Nice deep knee stretch as well. And now slowly bring the hands down. And again, bring the palms on the right palm on the outside of the foot now. Bring the right foot back. Go into the downward facing dog, where the buttocks are lifted up toward the ceiling, and try and press the heels down closer to the floor. Look at your knees or your feet. Now bring the knees down, chest down, chin down. And this time slowly release the abdomen down, head up, chest up. Push gently with the palms down to get into the cobra pose, where the buttocks are pressing down, navel is on the floor, lifting the chest up. Roll the shoulders back, elbows tucked in close to the body. Look up. It's called the Bhujangasana. So from here again, push with the palms down and lift the buttocks up into the downward facing dog. Buttocks up, pressing the heels down close to the floor. Now lift the head up, bring the left foot forward. Again, bring the foot up between the palms, all the way up. Keep the right leg very straight if you can, or you're welcome to place the knee down. Now slide the foot to the outside, the left foot, bring it close to the edge of the mat, and bring the left hand on the inside of the foot. And as before, start walking your hands out in front. Finally position the elbows on the ground. So the forearms are on the ground. Now with the elbows on the ground or close to it, make sure your left elbow is touching the left heel for optimum hip stretch. You can roll the chin a little bit forward to deepen the stretch on the hips and the spine. And then slowly lift the head up, walk your hands back now. And this time bring the foot back into the original spot, and then thread the arm from under the thigh and position the palm on the outside of the left foot. And again, the right leg is either straight or you can place the knee down to the floor. We'll do the same pose called the lizard pose. So now lower the buttocks down, chest down, stretch the arms out to the sides, lift the arms up, keep them straight and lift them high as you can. Feeling a beautiful stretch on the hips, knees, spine. Flying lizard. Slowly bring the hands down, bring the palm on the outside of the foot, and then lift the back leg up. Bring the right foot forward as you exhale, feet together, legs are straight. Try and drop the chest down close to the thighs. Lift the head up, bring the arms out in front, all the way up against the ears in the L shape, and then start bringing the body up as you inhale, up and back. So push the arms back behind the ears, and as you exhale, straighten the body and release the arms down. Relax for a breath or two here. We'll get ready for the second round. In this one, we will integrate the pigeon pose or the Kapotasana. So once again, feet together, exhale, palms together. As you inhale, stretch the arms in front, up and back. Look up, push the arms back behind the ears. As you exhale, slowly bend forward now, all the way down. Finally, drop the hands, drop the chest if you can. Bend the knees, position the palms on the floor alongside the feet, toes aligned with the fingertips. This time the right foot back. Okay. Place the knee down, buttocks down, chest up. And the left foot back, downward facing dog. Here the buttocks are lifted up and you're trying to press the heels down, closer to the floor behind you. Look at your knees or your feet. Once again, bring the knees down, chest down, chin down. Now release the abdomen, lift the head up, chest up. Let's stretch the elbows straight this time. We'll try to do the upward facing dog. So toes pointing back. See if you can press with the top of the feet, lift the knees off the floor. With the knees up, push the buttocks down and forward. Elbows straight, shoulders vertically above the hands. Push with the palms, go back to the downward facing dog. Now this is where we'll integrate the Kapotasana. So lift the right leg up, right foot, fold it, and then bend the knee and position the leg right under the shoulders in front. So bring the leg in front, position is under the shoulders. The effort is to bring the leg parallel to the front edge of the mat. Now what might happen is your hip may not come to the ground. If that's the case, you can position the hip either on a cushion or a block or something that can help you support the right hip. You don't want to keep it hanging in the air. At the same time, slide the left leg further back, and if you can now, walk your hands out in front and allow the chest to rest on the leg in front. Now, as I mentioned, the right hip should already be on the floor or resting on a block or something. And now to deepen the stretch on the right side, we are going to start gently rolling the left hip also to the floor on the left side now, opposite direction. So right hip is on the right side of the, right hip is pressing down as well. And then left hip, roll it down to the left side to deepen the stretch on the right hip. It's called the Kapotasana or the pigeon pose. It's one of the best poses for loosening up, opening the hip area. And now slowly lift the head up, walk your hands back, and then get back to the downward facing dog. Buttocks up, heels down. Let's switch sides. This time bring the left foot in front, fold the knee, and then bring the leg right under the shoulders. Again, the intention is to keep the leg parallel to the front edge of the mat, but if that doesn't work, you can always slide the foot back towards your thigh. And again, rest the left hip either on the ground. If that's not comfortable, place a block or a cushion under your left hip. Slide the right leg further back and then allow the chest to rest on the leg in front. And now because the left hip is resting on something, we want to keep it pressed down. At the same time, now roll the right hip closer and closer to the floor without moving, without lifting the left hip. That's going to give us a beautiful stretch on the left hip now. Keep that effort of rolling the right hip down. Slowly lift the head up and bring the hands back. Go back to the downward facing dog. Buttocks up, heels down. Lift the head up and bring the right foot forward, all the way up between the palms, left knee down, and then bring the left foot also in front, feet together. Try to keep the legs straight, still trying to drop the chest down. And now lift the head up, bring the arms in front slowly. As you inhale, stretch up, all the way up, and then push the arms back. And finally, straighten the body, release the hands, release the arms. Relax for a moment now. And then slowly come back to a sitting position. And now we'll do a pose called the Gomukhasana, or the cow face pose. Slide the left foot out from under the thigh, under the right thigh, and the right foot, place it on top of the left thigh and slide it out, all the way out. So your effort is to slide both the feet behind you as far back as they can go. Okay, that's called the cow face pose for the legs now. Now in the classical cow face pose, you also engage the arms and shoulders, but this is not what we are doing here. Today we are engaging the hips. So place the hands in front on the floor. And again, you have to be very careful not to overdo it, but start walking the hands in front. Making sure both the hips are on the ground firmly. Try to go as far as you can. If you can, place the forearms and the elbows on the floor. If not, wherever they reach, that's fine. Eventually you can rest the chin on the knee, chest on the thigh, keeping both the hips, both the buttocks firmly pressing down, not lifting them up. You can feel a very beautiful stretch on the right hip. Stay there for another breath maybe. And slowly lift the head up, walk your hands back. Pause briefly and then switch sides. So this time slide the right foot out from under the left thigh. Place the left foot on top of the thigh and slide it out and back. So both the feet pointed backwards, outside of the thigh area. And again, place the hands in front and keeping the buttocks pressing down, start walking the hands in front. And see if you can place the elbows down, lower the chin to the knee, chest on top of the thigh. Keeping the hips pressed will engage in this case, the left hip in a very beautiful hip opening stretch. And slowly lift the head up, walk your hands back, and then sit back in a comfortable cross-legged position for a moment. Okay, we'll lie down on the back now, do just a few moves from this reclining position. Lie down on the back. And we'll start with this variation of the Pavanamuktasana called the figure 4 stretch. So bend both the knees, bring the heels close to the buttocks. We'll start with the right leg. So lift the right foot up and place it on top of the left knee. Not down the thigh, but on top of the knee. Thread the right arm from under the leg and using both the hands, hold the shin of the left leg now. And then the effort will be, as you lift the head up, try and close the gap between the left knee and your forehead. So lower the chin down to the chest and gently guide the knee closer and closer to the forehead. You can feel a very nice hip stretch here, knee stretch here, spine also getting engaged very effectively. Slowly release and come down. And we'll switch sides now. So place the right foot down, left foot lift it up and place it on top of the right thighs, and then position it right on top of the knee. Again, bring the left arm from under the leg, hold the shin with the two hands, lift the foot up, lift the head up, and very gently guide the knee to the forehead. So the chin is against the chest, and a very gentle effort to guide the knee close to the forehead. Again, feel a beautiful stretch on the hip, knees, spine, abdominal area. Very beautiful stretch. And then slowly release and come down. Relax now. Okay, we'll do the reclining spinal twist. So keep the leg straight in front first. Then place the right foot, the sole of the right foot on the left knee. Spread the arms out into a T. And then use the left hand, place it on top of the right knee and guide the knee to the floor on the left side of the body. Roll the hip over, right hip as much as you can. Look over the right shoulder, turn the neck to the right. And continue the effort to gently guide the knee with the left hand, right knee with the left hand, guide it to the floor on the left side. Roll the hip as much as you can. Again, you can feel a very beautiful stretch on the right hip, on the spine. At the same time, make sure you are not lifting the right shoulder off the floor. It should be staying there firmly. And then slowly bring the leg back up. Stretch the leg straight. Pause briefly. Switch sides. So this time, position the sole of the left foot on the right knee. Place the right hand on the left knee and guide the knee to the floor on the right side. Roll the left hip over as much as you can. Left arm is on a T and look over the left shoulder. Keep that shoulder firmly into the ground. Continue to make that gentle effort to use the hand to gently guide the knee to the floor on the right side. And then slowly come back up. Back to the starting position, stretch the legs and relax there for a moment. And finally we'll try the happy baby pose. So lift the right foot up first, bring the knee to the outside, hold the foot with both the hands from under, and then bring the foot in closer to your forehead. Lift the head up and make a gentle effort to bring the foot closer and closer to the forehead, or if you're more flexible, guide the foot toward the back of the head. So place it on the head or behind the neck if you're very flexible, making sure that you don't overdo this stretch. You can feel a very beautiful deep stretch on the hip, outer hip, thigh, spine. Excellent stretch. Wherever you reach, stay there for just 2 or 3 more breaths in the final position. It's called the happy baby. It's the half version of the happy baby pose. And slowly we're going to release and come down. Bring the leg down. Pause briefly. Switch to the other side. Lift the left foot up. Knee to the outside. Hold the foot from under both the hands and bring the leg up. And try to bring the foot closer and closer to the forehead. Lift the head up. And again, if you're comfortable, if you're more flexible, you can guide the foot back, further back, on top of the head or even behind the head. Just be very, very careful not to overstretch. This is an intense stretch, as we said. Stay there for an extra breath or 2 in the final position, and then release the leg down. Relax for a breath or two here. And now we'll do the full happy baby pose. So hold both the feet with your hands and lift the head up, and again a gentle effort to guide the feet, both the feet, towards your forehead now. And lower the chin down so you can bring the feet closer and closer to the forehead or the top of the head, or as I mentioned, even behind the head if you have that level of flexibility. They call it the happy baby pose because, as we know, these infants, they can even suck their toes very comfortably or wrap them behind the neck, no problem. And then slowly come down, release the arms down, legs down, and now just for a few moments relax in the Shavasana. And I thank you very much for watching the video. I hope you enjoyed practicing with me. I would love to hear your feedback and look forward to seeing you for a future video. Namaste. Have a wonderful rest of the day.